I wanted to do a quick update video. It's been a hot minute since I have. The beans have obviously grown a lot since we did the video last. And I have harvested, I did not count, had to have been between the watermelons over here and the watermelons over there. 60, 70, I don't even know, maybe more. The okra is over 10, 12 feet tall. I don't know. I have to pull it down, step over the row to the other side to get up high enough to pull it over and pick that stuff. And like I said, the beans are doing really good. I'm seeing a bunch of little flowers on the pole beans here that are climbing up. And then down here, I know there are green beans everywhere on these bush beans. I mean, nothing quite ready yet, but they are just going absolutely bonkers. And flowers everywhere, little beans everywhere. Little beans, little beans. Oh, bigger bean up under there. So we're getting there. I'm going to be having beans coming out my nose soon, not knowing what to do with them. So that's that from this side. And I am going to go around to the other side and come back down because the sun is so bright. I cannot record coming back up the other side, or it probably won't even show up on the video. So I have a few watermelons left out here, little ones that started growing later after everything else. I don't know if they are going to actually do anything or not. I've given away, I don't know how many we've given away, and then I juiced some, freeze-dried some, made juice drink out of it, and seriously thinned out the carrots after the last time. I think I had mentioned that I needed to thin out the carrots, so I did. Got in here and got a lot of carrots that I then spent a few hours scrubbing. The tomatoes, as you can see, are all pretty nice and tall. The ones here towards the front never did that great. They just kind of bleh. But then I've got all this other stuff here that is really starting to come in. A lot here are the strawberry fields, which are my personal favorite, and they're looking really good. And then I believe these are Cherokee purple here, but they may have also gotten a little bit of cross-pollination. These are little delicious morsels. And got a whole bunch of them. I've been picking worms off of them like crazy the last week. So that's been a constant battle, but we are getting the tomatoes. I have 3 bags right now in the freezer waiting for me to eventually have time to make salsa, along with the peppers I have been getting. Worm. Throw them on the ground, smash them. But yeah, these are the yellow pear here, and they are just really super thick and bushy. And then once we get past the yellow pear, I don't even know what these are, but they're some kind of something between a little bitty cherry and a little bit bigger, and they are delicious as well. And then past these guys, And then we've got Romas, and that sucker is just filled up, and this sucker is filled up. I've been getting a few here and there, but they're starting to get to the point where they're all ready. And then over here we have the tomatoes that were growing on the ground versus up a trellis, and we did not take any suckers or anything off of them, so they really are covered up with tomatoes, different kinds, just the random ones that we had left over that needed to be planted. And this one here, I think, was another cross-pollination, because it's supposed to be the Brad's Atomic Grape, but they're not supposed to be this big. However, this one got chewed up by something. Yeah. And then next to it, we've got, I believe, the something chewing on that too. I need to take it. We'll just turn that into a fried green tomato once I clean it up. That is the one danger of them being on the ground. It's a lot more difficult to see the bugs, get rid of the bugs, and they're on the ground, so the bugs can get to it easier. And I've probably lost more tomatoes to bugs on the ground than anything else. But here are a bunch more of those Brad's Atomic Grape, and they are just thick up in here. And then you've got the yellow pears, and over here these were the golden nugget, and a lot of the orange you see are ones that were bad. I think I'm gonna have so many volunteer tomatoes next season, I'm just going to have to end up tossing plants, I'm imagining, at this point. And here is the rest of the watermelon field. We got a couple of nice ones still going out here. I picked a bunch of them over here as well, but this was a late season one, and that's a good size right there. And got a few more over there, and then I've got another one here on this rock. Not quite as big as the other one, but another really good size. And another really good size one here. These guys were a little bit later in the season in producing, but I got a bunch of stuff out of this patch as well. And I think I'm going to have a gazillion volunteers again next season from the melons, because there were several that kind of split and rotted on the ground. So I don't think having watermelons is going to be a problem. And our peppers, these I'm pretty sure are cayenne, which were in the same slot as the jalapenos, and I thought they were all going to be either cayenne or jalapenos, but the two front ones are cayenne, and then we've got jalapenos, and this sucker is all covered up, and it fell over from the weight, so it's just kind of laid over. And this sucker is covered up with habanero, I believe. What's my little thing here say? It is Big Jim or Caribbean Yellow. Yep, Caribbean Yellow habanero. And then after that, these are all the same, and they were either Golden Cow Wonder or Big Red, both of them sweet, but everything I've been getting off of them are green. Not quite bell pepper, but kind of look like that lineage, so whatever they are, I've picked a whole bunch off of them. And then we have the one single little one that does the yellow sweet peppers, and I got a few off of that earlier in the season, but it hasn't been doing anything else here lately. So good old, I've been pulling them like this before the bugs get to them once they start to blush, and then letting them ripen at the house. And that's been working pretty well. But these are really nice tomatoes, like I said. If you've never heard of them, check out the strawberry fields. That's my favorite. And that is the update for the garden. We're going to be wrapping things up here in the next month or so probably. And I'm just still out here every other day getting all kinds of stuff. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Shalom.